What's up guys, Morp here again with another video, and today we're gonna have another manga video which consists of Harem Manga. A manga which everyone either hates or loves. But yeah, here are some of my recommendations, and keep in mind that these are ones with no anime adaptation. And this is gonna be part 1. At number 10 is we have the 100 girlfriends who really love you. Upon graduating middle school, Rentaro Aijo manages to confess to the girl he loves. Unfortunately, he gets rejected, making it his 100th rejection in a row. Having experienced heartbreak after heartbreak, he goes to a matchmaking shrine and prays with the hope of finally getting a girlfriend in high school. Suddenly, the god of the shrine appears, promising Rentaro that he will meet 100 soulmates in high school. Although skeptical at first, Rentaro quickly acknowledges the truth behind the god's words when two of his soulmates, Hakari Hanazono and Karene Inda, confess to him at the very same time that day. However, there was one detail that the god forgot to tell Rentaro. If any of his soulmates fails to get into a relationship with him, they will die. Now trapped in a matter of life and death, Rentaro decides to date all of his soulmates, with a heart so big that it can be shared among 100 girlfriends. At number 9 is we have the Eminence in Shadow. Great heroes and diabolical villains are the types of characters that people long to be, but not Sid Kageno. He longs to become the true mastermind behind it all, pulling the strings and having his machinations drive the entire story. In his previous life in modern-day Japan, he was not able to achieve his goals. But now, reborn into a world of magic, he will show the true eminence of Shadow. As Sid pretends to be just another average mob character, he recruits members to his fake organization, Shadow Garden, aiming to take down the mysterious cult who lurks in the shadows. With plenty of ad-libs, Sid leads his fake organization against the foul yet surprisingly real Diabolos cult. At number 8 is we have I got caught up in a hero summons but the other world was at peace. Suddenly appearing in a different world, it looks like I got caught up in a hero summoning, and of course I'm not the hero but it's another guy. And while being very cautious and scared of the cliché-like development, I was thrown into the maelstrom of war, or not. The Demon Lord, it was defeated 1,000 years ago. Hero, he's just the main actor in a festival. Nobles, they're kindly taking care of us. The demon race, they have good relationships with humans. Wars, it's already 800 years since the last one. Monsters, the Guild and Order of the Night are taking care of them. Return to Earth, it is essentially no risk. What I'm planning after being caught up into this, I'm gonna enjoy the life in a different world as much as I want to, go on a cultural exchange and sightseeing, and after experiencing the festival that is only held once every 10 years, I shall go home safely. At number 7 is we have Trapped in a Dating Sim. The world of otome games is tough for mobs. Leon, a former Japanese worker, was reincarnated into an otome game world, and despaired at how it was a world where females hold dominance over males. It was as if men were just livestock that serve as a stepping stone for females in this world. The only exceptions were the game's romantic targets, a group of handsome men led by the Crown Prince. In these bizarre circumstances, Leon held one weapon, his knowledge from his previous world, where his brazen sister had forced him to complete this game. Leon, who really wants just to go to live as a shut-in in the countryside, uses that knowledge to raise a ferocious revolt against the women and handsome men. Next at number 6 is Tonokandri wo Shitemiyo. Kosuke is killed by a truck. His soul is lost in a garden with two beautiful girls. The owner of the place will let him choose whether he will be reborn or summoned to another world, and he maintains the summons. In this new world, the main two girls who were created by the owner of the garden to help him find the mystery behind the world, a dungeon tower. Next at number 5 is Temple. Akemitsu Akigami was always told by his father that no one can live alone, but he's sure determined. After all, his father sure wasn't saying it was the best intentions, and Akemitsu has no desire to become like that creep. But when a chance encounter with a young woman leaves him with thoughts that are all too impure, he decides to do what he must, become a Buddhist monk and renounce worldly ways. But the temple he decides to devote himself to is full of women, and that same young woman is there. What's a guy to do? At number 4 is we have the Unwanted Undead Adventurer. Rent Fina, a 25-year-old adventurer, has been hacking away at monsters for a decade. However, without much talent for the job, Rent finds himself stuck hunting slimes and goblins for meager amounts of coins every day. Little does he know, all this is about to change when he comes across a seemingly undiscovered path in the labyrinth of the moon's reflection. What awaits him at the end of the path, however, is neither treasure nor riches, but a legendary dragon that wastes no time swallowing him whole. Waking up a short time later, Rent finds himself not quite dead, but not very alive either. He is nothing more than a pile of bones. Armed with nothing but his trusty sword, tool belt, and ghoulish new looks, Rent sets off on his new quest as a newly reborn skeleton to achieve existential evolution, hoping to one day return to civilization with a more human form. Will Rent succeed, or will the labyrinth consume him for the rest of his undeath? At number 3 is we have Isekai Meikyu the Harem Wo. A man was about to commit suicide and decides to search for a way to die in the internet, but then he found an odd site that asked a lot of questions and had a point-based system that allows you to create skills and abilities for a character. He took interest in it, and when he finished setting his character, he was asked, "You will now be transported to a world with the settings you choose. Coming back is not possible, do you still accept?" Then, without thinking much of it, he pressed yes, and he found himself in another world with the skills and abilities he chose to have. At number 2 is we have the Strongest Savior's Second Chance. Eric has had a hard life. At the age of 16, his village was overrun by monsters who killed his friends and family. He soon became a soldier but failed to save the life of the woman he loved. In the end, he died in the battlefield, surrounded by the bodies of those he couldn't protect. When Eric wakes up, he finds himself in a baby's body, realizing he has been reincarnated. He quickly wonders what is going on before he gets another shocker. The man and the woman who are raising him are in fact his previous life's parents. That's right, Eric was reincarnated, but as himself. No alternate worlds, no skill trees, just his memory sent back to the moment he popped out of his mother. Armed with the knowledge of his past self, Eric vows to save everyone now that the universe has pushed the reset button for him. At number 1 is we have Making Fun Mating Harem of the Strongest Ever Oak. Our protagonist, Oruku, is the son of a female knight and an orc. Due to his appearance taking more after his mother, he was harassed and bullied by the orcs of his village. After meeting a beautiful elf and other demi-human girls and being rejected for his lineage, the strength of his blood awakens and plots a plan to become the strongest warrior in history in order to make a harem of beautiful women.